first one was shame your boy the man NJ to the city. I definitely did not make a video about this, but I've been doing way too much research about it. Literally, I think since Wednesday. So why not go ahead and try to do my best interpretation or my best analysis of it, more so, etc. So I'm gonna assure you, when it comes to the topic of policing in America, and specifically when it comes to letting us humans, in terms of us non-police officers, like myself, police ourselves. Thank God for the police, because a lot of us are not morally capable of policing ourselves. And what that means is, if you think the violent crime rate is bad now, literally, no matter what city you live in, if you think the violent crime rate is bad now, start letting people police themselves. Literally, start letting everybody police themselves. Not everybody has the same common sense as the next person. Okay? So some people are looking for any reason to kill you. Even if you didn't charge at them first, they're looking for any reason to take you out. So trust me, all glory for policing in America. Now once again, there's some bad cops, there's some good cops. Weed them out, do what you can to respect all as much as you possibly God first can. And then let God be the ruling factor of everything else that comes next, etc. God first one was unashamed. But once again, when it comes to policing in America and letting us citizens police ourselves, a lot of people, if you don't know by now, a lot of people, they're looking for reasons to kill you already. It's almost like the song that I had, that I'm still making really, titled Fall Short. I think a lot of us have forgotten that we all fall short of God's grace to give ourselves reasons to hate each other. Quote me when I say that. A lot of us literally do, if you would ask me. We forget that we all fall short of God's grace, so we can give ourselves reasons to hate somebody. Hate, hold things against, you name it, we do it. A lot of us, etc. Not really me, but you get the point, etc. And so couple that with the right to police your own self now. Do that. Couple that with that. And you know what that brings out in people? The art of self-righteousness. That is what it brings out in people. The art of self-righteousness. And if anyone doesn't know what that means is pretty much like saying, again, what is right to me might be wrong to you. What is wrong to me might be what's right to you. And or, because that part is actually very, very biblical. But the other part of it is pretty much like saying, even if the facts and evidence are against you, you're still going to say, I'm innocent, I'm innocent, I'm innocent. It was justified, for whatever God, my judge, witness, loosey-goosey reason that you can come up with, and so on. So the point there is, indeed, God bless when it comes to the art of futurely policing ourselves, if that ever comes up. But for the majority, absolutely, thank you, Jesus, that we have, men and women, police officers, God bless canines as well, helping police the communities at large. Because if we didn't, trust me, if you think the violent crime rate is bad now, it's going to explode to Mars or to heaven and hell back, or whatever phrase I can use there, and so on. It's going to explode. Because a lot of people, again, they already believe in doing wrong. They already believe, actually, I think it's more so a lot of people don't even believe in right from wrong, I don't think, at this point. A lot of people don't even believe in right from wrong, so that's, again, another reason why they do what they do. They enact the crime, they enact the shootings, they enact the warfare, whatever, because they already don't believe in right from wrong. Meaning they do believe in right from wrong, they believe that, once again, their criminal activity might be right from whatever standpoint, of which they convinced themselves, etc. And so on. And I just do believe 100% with the act of self-policing yourself. If you were the person to ask me, if you think the crime rate is bad now, it's going to explode once that gets enacted. Because a lot of people are looking, itching. A lot of people have tons of hatred in their heart. No matter which generation they were born in, a lot of people have a lot of hatred in their hearts. If not a lot, quite a few, quite some. From different regions, different states, different everywhere. Have a lot of hatred in their heart. And I promise you, they're looking for any reason to take you out, from looking at them the wrong way, from accidentally backing into their car, you name it. They're looking for a reason to get out and end your life. And then they're itching to use the excuse of, my life was threatened, but how? Especially with body cam footage. how was your life threatened? Whether you go body cam footage, whether you go footage from satellites, footage from traffic stoplights, you name it. How was your life threatened? And the point that goes into is with regular, with just with non police officers, civilians. They're going to be stuck in that court of law trying to figure out, how do I justify this, left and right? How do I justify this? I mean, from left to right. Not political parties, but from left to right. How do I justify that? Oh, I felt like my life was threatened. And so on. When all that person did was back into your car, all that person did was possibly, again, look at you, sideways, or whatever the case could be. How was your life threatened? And God's my judge of winning. It's just, I know people are going to abuse it because they abuse everything else. God bless the Bible, but people abuse the Bible each and every day, all day, every day. It's a slogan that I use titled "The Second Half of the Bible." People don't read it because the second half of the Bible would tell them in a good quote from, to analyze what I just said about the second half of the Bible, is like, for example, people use the first half of the Bible when it comes to making money in terms of like, yeah, man, you need money to eat, live, and survive, yada, yada, yada. But they don't read the second half of the Bible where the Bible tells you about greed and how the love of money is the root to all evil. Quote me. The love of money is the root to all evil. They don't read that part. They don't listen to that part, because if they did, that is the answer for why we have so much garbage in our society when it comes to money and corruption, and or the corruption of money, and or the negative love corruption of money, whichever phrase slogan you were to use there, and so on. And that's just what I mean. I do believe, again, God willing, especially when I go out in the community and in my natural habitat, and just do my own social work, my own community work, youth work, yada yada. Most people are 9 out of 10 really break that scale. 12 out of 10, genuine, loving, caring, humble, honest, kind artists of people. But there is those few here and there, dibbled and dabbled, at least from my experiences. Still only, still young, so I still got a lot more to know, a lot more people to meet to get, various more conclusions here. But a lot of people that I can assure you, a lot of them are, again, very real, very heartfelt, very genuine. And dare I say, they don't want no problems. They don't want no troubles. They just want to live their life, be free, take care of their families, do well in school, you name it. But there's a few sprinkled in there who just don't care about the rule of law, don't care about your life from theirs. They don't care about a plethora of other things. They just don't care. And they're more than willing to end anything, and do a tons of damage. They're willing to do it in the snap of 2 fingers for any possible reason. And people have to understand, at least if you were the person as me, without policemen, who is going to patrol not just particular communities, but who's going to patrol who, did I say, the mass part of it, fill in the last word. Who's going to, when those events start coming, who's going to stop those events? Who? People have to drastically understand that. And I definitely believe that one of the top things that God willing that I continuously stay alive for is I'm going to do what I can to help heal and mend as many police relations with with everybody as I possibly can. And what that means is, like, for example, I think that in the school systems, I think they already have this in many school systems, but if they don't, we need to start implementing it. We need to teach these students, from day flipping one, how to not resist arrest, comply, and be as, be direct and God first orderly with all officers as humanly possible, let alone all law enforcement. You get the point. How to respect, honor, and admire first responders. How to look out for first responders. And you just name it. We need to start teaching our kids that, and to be beyond that, start teaching everybody that. Because I'm telling you, in the world of self-policing, trust me, the world might as well be going to hell, because too many people are going to be doing tremendous damage, and they're not going to feel sorry because they don't have a heart anymore, and or they've already sold their heart, sold their soul, whatever phrase you want to use there. And I want people to totally understand that. You have to put all that into context, believe in the facts, stare the facts right in the face, and accept what God is trying to feed you through the evidence that He's showing you, etc. It's not that hard to love thy neighbors thyself and get down to the grassroots of all of our community problems. It really ain't that hard. And I just know that through school is something that we got to start having more in-school programs, not after school, in-school programs. During that school day, we have to try something, start somewhere. Whether it's start doing mandatory classes or whether it's throughout your regular academic classes, whatever. We got to start doing something through all levels of schooling. Particularly I would definitely say, K through 12. Something that's going to help heal the police community relations in every community, let alone our society at large. Because that's one of the only ways we're going to get better. Not just as Americans, but just better in general as a whole world and so on. Because, police officers, again, are regular people too. They just chosen to take a different career path than everybody else, and they've chosen to, serve and protect that community in that certain way. And we need to learn, how, why, when, where. We need to do as much, quality connection work with them as possible. Whether in the field, behind the desk, on a drawing board, you name it. Do whatever you can to help heal these relations and understand the graphics, the logistics, the whatever terminology I can use there. Because it ain't hard. It's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. It's not rocket science. Let alone, you can even put police and military in there. Or put military in there. Do whatever you can to help heal these relations, so everybody gets that common ground understanding. Not only understanding, but common ground love and respect. Honor and admiration for each other and all of what both sides do. Let alone everybody do. All branches do. You get the point. If we can do that, trust me, if we do that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have safe communities everywhere. And so on. Because there's nothing wrong with arming your community with guns. There's nothing wrong with that if you're doing it for protection. And I don't mean protection against the police. I mean protection against anybody else that would be trying to actually end your life negatively for the wrong reasons. And if that happens to be a police officer, then then it happens to be. And God first, on that. But you get the point. We gotta do better. We gotta strive for more and work harder. Let alone work smarter as well. And I hope that everybody gets gets everything I'm saying in this video, because it ain't rocket science. Everything I'm saying in the video, it really isn't. I would say again, basic 2 + 2 = 4, common sense math. But like I just said in the beginning of this video, and like other people have said before, sometimes common sense ain't so common to certain people, and or even most people. But for better and for worse, if you're new to this channel and you're new to my work, I do look at myself as a leader in the community. I got a fortune cookie, literally, that told me that people look up to me as a leader in my community. So I'm all good with it. I'm all cool with it. And I do look at myself as a spokesman for God here on earth. I do look at myself as one of God's spokesmen. And I definitely want to have as many articulate opinions about what's going on for better and for worse in our society, and in all areas, every region as I possibly can. God first. If I ever tweet out something irresponsible or post anything on social media, let alone YouTube, irresponsible, you can trust it that God's my judge of witness. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to pray on it. I'm going to meditate on it. Let alone if I get enough, people telling me like, bro, you need to edit this, check this out, do more research. I'm going to do it because I want to represent myself in the best light, my community, my God, my Lord and Savior. I want to represent everything in the best light, make sure I'm giving everybody as factually, as much factual evidence as possible that they can sink their teeth into, they can learn from, they can build off of and grow from, and so on and so on. Because if you lead people, if you know the right way, but you choose to lead people astray, the blood of their afterlife is on your hands. And that is, again, clear cut in the Bible as can be. If you don't know where it is, look it up. It's definitely there. So that being said, your boy the man, NJ to the city.